nominate Honorable Tajuddin Abbas.
I so second.
I rise to humbly accept the nomination.
Is hereby declared the winner and returned elected as the Speaker of the House of Representatives.
A warm welcome to House Ticket, a program which brings you up to date on the activities of the House of Representatives. Lawmakers are on recess after working through the holidays in order to pass the 2024 budget. They are billed to resume on the 23rd of January 2024. House Ticket in the coming weeks will therefore embark on a review of major activities in the 10th House since its inauguration. For this episode, our highlight will focus on events at the inauguration, the first motion, and bills considered, as well as the constitution of committees. Join me after the break for the full package.
The House will pay priority attention to participatory budgeting process and delivery, law reform, electoral reform, women's participation and inclusion in governance, among others.
Thanks for staying tuned. The 10th House of Representatives was inaugurated on the 13th of June 2023. The major event of this inaugural sitting was the emergence of Speaker and Deputy. In the course of the weeks that followed, the full leadership was appointed while committees were constituted. The first report will take us through the inauguration of the House, emergence of leaders, up to the constitution of both special and standing committees. Please stay tuned.
I rise to present Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, member-elect.
I rise to second the nomination of Honorable Tajuddin Abbas.
I rise to humbly accept the nomination.
The House, during its inauguration on the 13th of June 2023, elected the Speaker and Deputy Speaker of the 10th House. In the contest, Representative Tajuddin Abbas, representing Zaria Federal Constituency of Kaduna State, emerged Speaker, having polled 353 votes, while Representative Benjamin Kalu, representing Bende Federal Constituency of Abia State, emerged as Deputy Speaker.
I, Abbas Tajuddin,
Do solemnly affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
I, Benjamin Okezie Carlo,
Do solemnly affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Nation building is a joy.
Following his emergence, the Speaker, Representative Tajuddin, made his inaugural address to his colleagues in the Green Chamber, where he pledged to work with members to introduce reforms and innovations for the benefit of Nigerians. He also expressed the belief that working together, the 10th House would sustain and surpass the gains of the 9th House.
Honorable colleagues, under my watch, the 10th House shall sustain and even surpass the gains of the 9th Assembly. That's my prayer. We shall carry out the task before us jointly. I shall be guided by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the House rules. Our doors will be open for members of APC, PDP, Labour Party, NNPP, ABGA, SDP, ADC, and YPP. As we strongly believe, nation building is a joint task.
One of the very first tasks the Speaker performed was the announcement of special committees to help the 10th House settle down to its duties. 7 ad hoc and special committees were announced by the Speaker the day after his swearing in. The committees include A 6-member committee on media and public affairs to be chaired by Representative Khadija Waziri Ibrahim, Legislative Agenda Drafting Committee with Representative Julius Ihonvere as the chairman, Committee on Rules and Business to be headed by Representative Igariwe Iduma Enwo, Ad hoc Committee on Ethics and Privileges chaired by Representative Tunji Olawuyi. Others include Internal Security under the leadership of Representative Mohammed Danjuma, Welfare Committee headed by Representative Wale Raji, and Selection Committee headed by the Speaker himself.
Selection Committee, and we have the honor and privilege to announce that my humble self will chair the committee and Honorable Benjamin Kalu will deputize. State caucuses are expected to give nomination of one person each to represent the state in this particular committee as well.
Following this announcement, the House proceeded on a short recess to resume 4th of July 2023. When it resumed for legislative business, the Speaker, Representative Tajuddin Abbas, welcomed his colleagues with a charge for them to rise above partisan and personal interests and work together for the collective success of the 10th House.
As we gather here today, we must recognize the immense responsibility placed upon our shoulders. We have been entrusted with enacting legislations that will address our people's general well-being and shape our nation's future. The issues before us are complex, and the expectations of our citizens are high. We must rise above personal and partisan interest and work together for our collective success.
The Speaker then proceeded to announce the other members of the leadership of the House as nominated by both the ruling party and the minority caucus.
According to the resolution of the minority caucuses, sharing the 4 minority positions among the 3 of the minority parties with the highest number of members, we wish to formally notify the House that the minority leaders nominated the following people.
They are Minority Leader Honorable Kingsley Chinda, Minority Whip Honorable Ali Isa, Deputy Minority Leader Honorable Aliu Sani Madaki, Deputy Minority Whip Honorable George Ozodinobi. For the nomination of leadership of the ruling party APC, the names are House Leader Honorable Julius Ihonvere, Chief Whip Honorable Usman Kumo, Deputy Leader Honorable Abdullahi Halims, Deputy Chief Whip Honorable Adewumi Onanuga.
The endorsement of these 4 people was backed by the signatures of 143 APC members. So, honorable colleagues, again permit me to congratulate our new leaders with the prayer for the Almighty Allah to guide and give them strength and wisdom. Leaders, please take your seats.
Speaker, for a handshake. Thank you.
One other matter that was settled within the first 2 months of the 10th House is the constitution of standing committees of the House for the full functioning of the 10th House. Thus, on the 27th of July 2023, the Speaker announced the constitution of 134 standing committees in line with Section 62 subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. The Speaker said that the selection committee relied on the capacities, experiences, knowledge, competencies, skills, and legislative interests of members in assigning colleagues to different committees.
I hereby inaugurate the standing committees and charge you to be committed to the promotion of peace, order, and good governance of our nation. Thank you as I wish you success in the discharge of your various committee assignments. Good luck and best wishes.
Some of the committees and their chairmen as announced include Abubakar Bichi, Appropriations Chairman, Honorable Babajimi Benson, Defense Chairman, Honorable Regina Akume, Chairman Committee, National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control, NAFDAC. Honorable Mukhtar Batara was appointed Chairman Committee on FCT. Yusuf Gagdi, Chairman Committee on Navy. Idris Ahmed Wasi, Chairman Federal Character, while Honorable Bamidele Salam is Chairman Public Accounts Committee with Wole Oke chairing Judiciary Committee. Others are Honorable Ahmed Tanko, Committee on Diaspora, Honorable Okonta Chris, Committee on Climate Change, Honorable Chris Ogene, Renewable Energy Committee, Honorable Bello El Rufai, Committee on Banking Regulations, and Honorable Ibrahim Bukar, Committee on Rural Electrification.
Is attached to this program. On that note,
one of the special committees set up by the Speaker was the Legislative Agenda Drafting Committee. It held a critical stakeholder meeting on 24th of July 2023. The chairman listed the 5 key pillars of the legislative agenda to include economic empowerment and diversification, infrastructure development, education and human capital development, healthcare for all, transparent governance and accountability, and economic empowerment and diversification. The majority leader of the House and chairman of the Agenda Drafting Committee, Professor Julius Ihonvere, noted that the committee will receive input to build a comprehensive blueprint to drive progress, prosperity, and inclusivity across Nigeria.
For us in the House of Representatives, our vision is to work together, collaborate with other arms of government, and engage with stakeholders to create an environment where all Nigerians can reach the highest points of their productive and creative abilities.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, said that the legislative agenda of the 10th House, as it is being currently worked out, will champion the course towards addressing the yearnings of Nigerians. The Speaker said that the Parliament is ready to welcome citizens' participation in the efforts toward addressing the challenges facing the country.
We can never overemphasize the fact that citizens' engagement is the fulcrum of a representative democracy. It is only through such engagements that legislators will become truly representatives of the people. And to do otherwise will amount to a democracy without the people. It is fitting, therefore, that the Committee on Legislative Agenda, in the course of this assignment, has convened this forum to get from citizens what they consider the most pressing legislative need of our nation. All the stakeholders gathered here to make the most use of this very important opportunity. It is my expectation that our conversations will center around the critical needs of our people at this time.
You are still watching House Ticket, and we are reviewing major happenings in the 10th House since its inauguration on the 13th of June 2023. Lawmakers after inauguration immediately swung into action by presenting and debating matters of national importance. Some of the initial motions entertained by the House focused on infrastructural development, while others called for investigation into issues of public concern. Our next report will review some of the motions, bills and petitions that characterized the early days of the 10th House. Keep watching.
One of the first motions entertained by the 10th House was moved by Representative Aliyu Bopamisau. It came under matter of urgent public importance to draw attention to a heavy windstorm, downpour and flood that affected his constituency.
On the Sunday, 14th May 2023, there was a heavy windstorm, downpour at Misau Town, which led to a serious disaster. The concern here is that as a result of the heavy windstorm, that led to the destruction of about 2,000 houses in my constituency, Misau Town, and subsequent heavy downpour leading to partial submerging of some houses, farmlands, shops worth millions of naira in different parts of the town is affected. Further concern that the access road linking various villages on the El Dorado bypass equally destroyed. My worry here that the displaced people of my constituency are now stranded and still roaming on the street like refugees in their own land without livelihood, shelter, other basic human needs, such as a result of disaster, while some are now temporarily residing in public buildings such as schools and mosques.
In his prayers, the lawmaker called on NEMA to assess the level of damage and urgently provide relief materials to the affected victims as well as assist in rehabilitating them. Direct the Ministry of Environment and government agencies saddled with the responsibility of rainstorm, flood, erosion control to provide a permanent solution, and urged the Northeast Development Commission (NEDC) to provide relief materials to the victims as well as design and construct drainages where necessary. The motion was voted on and adopted and was referred to the relevant committee of the House. Another matter of urgent public importance was on the need to rehabilitate some roads in Ukanafun local government area of Akwa Ibom State. It was moved by Representative Idem Unyime.
The House notes that the Ikot Akbankuk, Njariba, Usongotiat, Ikot Akbaidem, Ikot Rombang Road in the Ukanafun local government area of Akwa Ibom State plays a paramount role in the economic development of the Ukanafun communities, the environs, and by extension, the neighboring states. Also notes that the road has been in a dilapidated state over the years, thus requiring urgent government intervention. Aware that the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, under its emergency intervention program, commenced the rehabilitation of about 2.8 kilometer Ikot Akbaidem, Ikot Akbankuk, Nyariba, Usongotiat, Ikot Akbaidem, Ikot Rombang Road in Ukanafun in 2022, but abandoned less than halfway.
The motion had only one resolution, which was to urge the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing to urgently complete the roads. The motion, being infrastructural in nature, was not debated.
The ayes have it.
As a result of the subsidy,
Representative Sani Madaki Aliyu also moved a motion on the urgent need to implement palliative measures to mitigate the effects of fuel subsidy removal on Nigerians.
As a result of the subsidy removal, the official pump price of petroleum skyrocketed from initial 195 naira per liter to a whopping 480 to up to 577 per liter as the price varied between states. Concern that the implication of over 200% price adjustment in fuel prices is that nearly all prices of goods and services have drastically increased. Also concerned that the sudden fuel subsidy removal has left millions of Nigerians terrified, thus causing untold hardship as Nigerians grapple with the challenges of meeting up not only with the high cost of petrol, but also the consequent increase in prices of goods and services.
The House, in its resolution, then urged the federal government, as a matter of urgency, implement palliative measures to mitigate the effects of fuel subsidy removal on Nigerian citizens and mandate the Committee on Labor, Employment and Productivity to ensure compliance and report back within 2 weeks for further legislative action. There was another motion on the need for the control of persistent gully erosion in communities in Enugu North and Udi local government area of Enugu State. The motion was moved by Representative Sam Chimaobi.
The adverse effects of erosion in these roads have long been ignored, and if not checked, will cut off the roads. Worried that Ugwoyama Night Mile Road has remained a death trap, resulting to loss of life, goods and services worth millions of naira on a daily basis as a result of frequent accidents on the bad portion of the road, which has not been completed. Cognizance of the provisions of Section 2, 1 and 2 of the National Environmental and Soil Erosion and Flood Control Regulation 2011, which will help guide script for the urgent measure that needs to be taken to curtail the ravage effect of erosion in this area and further extend to the entire Southeast region.
The resolutions were to urge the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, FEMA, to complete the reconstruction of the roads to prevent total collapse of the road. also urged the Federal Ministry of Environment and other relevant agencies to take holistic and systematic approach in containing the gully erosion menace in the area, and mandate the Committees on Environment, FEMA and Works to investigate the threat posed by gully erosion along the roads and recommend long-term solutions. Some lawmakers proposed amendments to the resolutions of the motion.
I think you should add Ecological Fund Office, since Ecological Fund Office is in charge of gully erosion. That's my amendment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I wish to further amend the prayers of this motion to include that these relevant agencies, inclusive of FEMA, the Ecological Fund Office, and Federal Ministry of Environment.
The motion was adopted and amended.
So the ayes have it.
Some other motions entertained by the 10th House in its first 2 months of sitting include need to address the destruction due to flooding in some communities in Kosofe Federal Constituency of Lagos State by Representative Ogbara, need to stop the alleged relocation of the Federal University of Agriculture, Mubi in Adamawa State by the Federal Ministry of Education by Representative Rufai Jingi, the urgent need to check the incessant increment in the price of premium motor spirit PMS by the NNPC by Representative Ike Agwonu Ugo Chinyere, urgent need to investigate incidents of the supply of contaminated aviation fuel that causes safety hazards to travelers within Nigerian aviation sector, sponsored by Representative Abdurrahim Olawi, need to investigate the non-remittance of the National Housing Fund and utilization of the fund from 2011 to date by Representative Zakaria Nyampa, fuel tanker explosion in Ondo State by Representative Ayodele Festus, need to support discharged National Youth Service Corps members in transitioning to the labor market, sponsored by Representative Muhammad Mukhtar, among several others. On bills, over 300 bills were read for the first time in the first 2 months of the 10th House. Some of them are Investments and Securities Bill, sponsored by Representative Aminu Balili, Chartered Institute of Business Administration of Nigeria Establishment Bill, sponsored by Representative Alec Egbona, Closed Circuit Television Compulsory Installation Bill, sponsored by Representative Awaji Inombek Abiante, and Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill, sponsored by Representative Mariam Onoha. Nigerian Railway Corporation Act Amendment Bill, sponsored by Representative Dachung Bagos. National Population Commission Act Amendment Bill, sponsored by Representative Dominic Ifeanyi Okafor. Child Online Access Protection Bill, sponsored by Representative Olumide Oshoba. Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps Trust Fund Establishment Bill, sponsored by Representative Philip Agbese. Chartered Institute of Purchasing and Supply Management of Nigeria Act Amendment Bill, sponsored by Representative Aliu Sani Madaki. Tertiary Education Trust Fund Act Amendment Bill, sponsored by Representative Abbas Tajuddin. And Armed Forces Act Amendment Bill 2023, sponsored by Representative Benjamin Okeze Kalu, among others.
Chartered Institute of Auctioneers of Nigeria Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Southwest Development Commission Establishment Bill 2023, first reading. Energy Commission of Nigeria Act Repeal and Enactment Bill 2023, first reading.
This is where we end this episode of House Tickets. As I mentioned earlier, the House is on break and will resume plenary on the 23rd of January 2024. We'll continue to bring you events as they unfold, even as we review major happenings in the 10th House of Representatives. Do keep watching House Ticket. Enjoy the rest of your day.